Okay, so first I'd like to say thank you, YouTube, for falsely taking down my video that I made a stitch on a video that was already there. Yeah, falsely taking my video down. I think Emiru could have reported it or one of her audience. Let me suggest why my suspicion might be Emiru. It's because, I'm just saying, not saying it is her, I'm saying my suspicion. Remember, freedom of speech. I haven't got outside my term of freedom of speech. But my video violated guidelines for nudity and or sexual content. Well, I had no nudity in my video. I made a stitch on XQC's video, okay? XQC, a video that's already there, not taken down. And it was her at TwitchCon. A guy went to go to kiss her. Well, I did a stitch on that part to give my input. Well, my video broke guidelines. And I made an appeal. Right when I made the appeal, it was declined. Failed appeal, everything. Nobody could read that fast or read an appeal that quickly and look over it within seconds. So that makes me believe that Emiru had my video taken down. Now, that's my suspicion. Okay, freedom of speech now. You know, it could have been her audience, but in a situation like this, I would think that's the way that actually happened. Now, let me explain. It's because she became a big talk of something very serious, and they're going to try to shut a lot of people up. So a lot of videos are going to be removed, just like they always do. You guys remember everything that went on. You couldn't even talk about it. You guys remember COVID and all that. Nobody was allowed to talk about it on videos. So they're going to take anything that they can use and to remove my video, and it was auto denied. So basically, as soon as you hit the appeal, you're denied instantly. They're not looking over that. I mean, they would go back to the video, look over it, and see you didn't have any video or sexual content in there. But yet, that's what mine was taken down. And if that was if that was the case, XQC's video would have been taken down. And all I did was make a stitch on that one. But that's how I feel. Okay, it's favoritism. Second time YouTube has falsely did some stuff to me. Okay. And I mean false because I haven't done anything in the past when they demonetized me, but it is what it is. Now I'm going to talk about this, that I feel that Emiru is an attention seeker. Every time that something big goes on, she's boo-hooing to her audience, right? She did the same thing because a guy went to kiss her. Oh, boo-hoo, went to kiss her at TwitchCon. Now hear me out, guys. I know there's going to be some angry knights out there. You could be a knight for her, but she probably ain't going to pay attention to you, buddy. So you can be that white knight that you want. But I'm just saying, okay? Let me just explain, okay? He didn't even kiss her. He tried, but he wasn't being like too aggressive. It didn't look like he looked like he kind of put his arms around her a little bit, right, to try to go for the kiss. But she pushed him away. That's a way to say, okay, no, I don't want you kissing me. And then she had a bodyguard which shoved him. Okay, now she wanted to basically take it out on Twitch to basically, get upset because Twitch should be doing their job with security. Now there was security there. Guys, look at every city that you guys live in. There's cops everywhere. But burglaries still happen, all these things still happen. It's the same thing. No matter how many, you could have 1,000 security guys there, and it's still gonna happen. You can't prevent everything at every second and moment. It depends where the security's route is leading to. Okay, and there's multiple security. They're not just standing there doing nothing, okay? Let me explain. That's how security works. It's the same thing with police officers. They got to scout the areas, right? They have their routes. But as soon as you leave one route, something could happen over there. You expect these guys to be her personal bodyguards or something? Come on, guys. But anyways, Yeah, but the whole thing, I just feel that it's just attention seeking. Oh me, oh my, oh let me run to this person. You know what? It could possibly be that what's his name? Mazkif. Mazkif? Am I saying it right? It could be very well be that he could possibly be innocent, and she might be pulling a similar stunt that I know very well about. Now, okay, she's got all this screenshots evidence, which a lot of stuff that you know out there, guys, I'm just going to tell you, there's a lot of edited stuff. You can call it from a cell phone, but maybe, just maybe, not saying she's doing it, maybe someone say, hey, can you act me a part on the phone real quick? Because I need to script something in, so I need you to type something. Not saying that's what she did to him. I'm just saying there's a lot of different things. Could be AI too, could be a lot of stuff. But you guys need to see two sides of the story. You guys immediately hear a woman's story. Oh, this man's at fault. Beat him up or whatever. You guys realize, okay, with their attention seeking nowadays seems like a profession. You know, okay, here, which audience am I going to go to today? What story am I going to talk about that happened that I can encourage people to get something done? Okay, wouldn't she have called the police on this guy already? And he would have been in trouble, okay? Why is it just a restraining order? Okay, if that's happening, I'm just saying. Not saying that he didn't do anything at all. I know these situations. Remember Dream, the Minecraft YouTuber and all that? Remember that girl that tried to set him up with all that stuff? The messages, but it all led to an account that was fake or whatever. Because Dream went through something similar. You guys remember all that? Now look at this scenario. I mean, he says he's got stuff, you know. He's got stuff to show, and he's going to be showing it. Hey, and he's not scared because you know what? If he felt that he was wrong in any way, he'd be apologizing on that stream. I'm just saying, why is he so confident? Why is he so confident? And don't say that, oh, it's misogyny. That's how it works. No, guys, any guy would be terrified to be literally canceled and have nothing to his name for the rest of his life, have no job to go to because every company is going to terminate them, deny them from even working there. You guys don't know how serious this stuff gets. But he's confident. He's extremely confident. That's not being arrogant. I'm just saying, he has some evidence or whatever that he's going to be showing. Now, I don't know how true that is or not. But I just know what I'm seeing. She's always running and crying to her audience about something and boo-hooing about all kinds of stuff. Why do you air out dirty laundry to your audience every time something happens? Start boo-hooing it. You know, boo-hooing this and that. Like, seriously, okay? If something was really going on, you would have gone to the cops straight away, had this guy arrested. But other people are trying to say, well, you don't understand in this scenario. Wait. What do you mean? I don't remember her telling anyone that she's gone to reported him to the police yet. Or maybe she did. I don't know. But I don't remember. You guys need to understand, okay? This is like the same scenario that Donald Trump is going through. The women accusing him and stuff like that. Poor guy. I mean, guys, just listen to me here. I'm just saying, okay? It's two sides to a story. Maybe he did something. Maybe he didn't. But look at his confidence. And look how stressed she is in a scenario. And it's kind of like that kind of stress that you looked at. Oh, what if this backfires on me? That's the kind of stress it looks like to me. I'm just saying. What if it's in that scenario where, oh no, what if this backfires? They're going to find out the truth, but I need to be aggressive. I need to act like I can cancel him. Because I know the scenario very well, people. I know this scenario myself. And it is very bad in slander. It's defamatory. But women, a lot of women, not saying all women are bad guys, that's not my intention, but a lot of women do this stuff to men to lower their name. This always seems to happen to men, whether they're wrong or right. It's always a woman attacking a man with this kind of scenario. Like I said, look what happened at Dream. Look what happened to Dream. And I bet there's been innocent guys that have been canceled, but there's too many people against them that they're afraid that they deleted their accounts and ran. I bet you anything this has happened to multiple people. This needs to end, guys. Now, I don't know if that's what's going on. She could very well, have evidence. And he admitted some of those things, They were both angry. They were both arguing. He didn't say, I didn't do anything. He didn't say, I'm perfect. I didn't do anything at all. He said he punched holes in the wall. Okay? He admitted that. But because he admitted that, people are going to take a yard. They're going to take an inch, turn it into a yard, run with that, and eventually turn it into a mile. This happens to people, guys. Innocent people. No, I'm not saying he's innocent in any way. But I'm trying to get you guys to see attention seeking is exactly what's going on. When you complain and you run to your audience, why do you need to run to anybody? Why do you need to air out dirty laundry? Why can't people be a grown adult, go to the police, file a report, and don't say she's too afraid. Don't say she's too afraid because some of the things he said. She's definitely not too afraid to talk about it on her live streams. I'm just saying. You can always file a report, and if you feel bait, file a restraining order. But just know, when it comes to public and freedom of speech, it's kind of hard to put a restraining order to keep someone off a platform if they're making money and that's part of their living. Then you can't just say, oh, you have to leave the platform. Because a lot of the times, guys, a restraining order keeps you from that person. But usually if people are both on a platform, they're going to try to get them removed from that platform. But what happens is, it's not just keeping that person away, it's causing them to lose money and possibly end up on the streets. And there is no need to cause someone to lose their pay. You just want them to stay away from you. If they mention you on their videos and you file the report, you're not allowed to talk about you. It's vice versa. It goes both ways. Then go ahead and report them, and they'll get removed most likely. But remember, you're not supposed to violate those kind of guidelines there. If there is a restraining order, you cannot violate that. You'll be in some serious trouble. So I'm sure he knows his rights just as much as you know your rights. But when you run to people and you cry about it on camera, that is attention seeking. I don't care. Airing out dirty laundry is exactly that. When you run to your audience, it's because you got a big following and you can get somebody injured. People do that all the time because they want to get somebody swatted. You don't understand the illegal stuff people do and have their audience do. They don't have to say it publicly. People know how they are. And a lot of people say, they'll say out on their videos, they'll quote stuff. Well, hey, everything goes around and comes around that this could happen to you or whatever. People start saying stuff like that, and people start doing it. So in a roundabout way, they sent their audience to do something horrible to someone else. And that's exactly what a lot of these people do, because they feel I've got a big following. I can now send my audience. We'll send so many pizza deliveries to their house. And it's so terrible. This happens. You guys need to understand that she knows her audience can't do anything legally to help her situation. Unless it's a friend that's there with her that is evidence that can be used. None of these people can do anything. So what would your reason be for going to millions of people? How about this? Millions of people, because you're stirring something up, because you know they can do something and you don't got to take the blame. Oh, well, that person did it, not me. But it ain't that easy. Doing bad things like that, what goes around comes around, and you know what? You can very well get in trouble or anything that happens to him, vice versa, anything he does to you, he can get in trouble for, or sends his audience to do. So think about everything that you do, because if something were to happen to him, you'd be in big trouble. And the same thing for him, though. So I'm not trying to say that he's perfect. He's admitted a lot of his wrongings already. But I'm just telling you, I know what attention seeking is. And I know what it's used for. I'm just saying. Freedom of speech, my opinion. Guys, I am not the judge with the mighty hammer. I don't speak, and that's the way it is. This is me speaking freedom of speech, my opinion. Thank you for watching.